Hey everyone, it's David Del Duca here. I'm making a video to explain how to and when to use the Safe School form and the Accident Incident Reporting tool. So logging into Wellington CDSB, click on My Wellington Staff at the top, and then you're going to scroll down to um, District Applications, looking for the icon that says Incident Reporting, and open that up. On the left-hand side, under the house icon, click on the folders on the far right side, submit new form, and then you get to choose. The incident accident report is for worker health and safety. The Safe School form is for student behavior and conduct for which suspension or expulsion should be considered. You might start off by using both, and it may end up being that you don't need the Safe School form. For example, if you slip or fall in the parking lot, that has nothing to do with safe schools and student behavior, so you wouldn't have to fill that in. I'm going to start with the incident, accident, and safe school form, just so you can see what that looks like. I'm choosing Bishop Mac because that's the top of the list. It's easier to do. If it's a slip, trip, or fall, you're going to fill out all the critical information here. However, if it's one of those overlapping incidents where you have a student behavior that threatens the health and safety of a worker, then you're going to want to include both the accident incident report and the safe school form. So how do you go from the accident incident report to the safe school form? Well, you have to identify that a student was involved, and then you're going to choose that it was behavioral, right? A student behaved in a particular way that did both threaten the worker and also should be considered for suspension or expulsion. And so now that we've selected student behavior, we open up these options here where you can select to include a safe school form. And what happens is it opens up a few extra boxes down here where you can indicate a little bit more information about the student behavior. And again, looking at the student behavior, if it's very, very serious, then you can look at expulsion, but more often than not, it's going to be behavior for which suspension must be considered. We don't decide whether or not a student gets suspended. The principal has to decide. But in order to make the principal aware, we have to report it, and this is the tool we use. If you don't see it on this list here, the behavior for which the student should be considered for a suspension, take a look at the last line. Any conduct injurious to the moral tone of the school or to the physical or mental well-being of others. A student who engages in that type of conduct must be considered for for suspension. There are other elements here, use of tobacco, theft, and so on. If you don't see anything on this list, then it might be more severe. But I do think that any other activity it captures many different behaviors. And at minimum, it should initiate an investigation by the principal. So again, the top portion, the incident accident, is for slips, trips, and falls, primarily looking at the health and safety of the worker. However, if there is student behavior that threatens the health and safety of a worker, teachers, or colleagues at the school, then you would be required to fill out both the accident incident report, identifying that it was student behavior. You would identify that you want a safe school form, and then you would describe what actually happened with a little bit more information about the type of behavior included in this second section, which is the Safe Schools reporting form. I would hope that you would select OECTA and that you confirm, sharing this information. I would get a copy. It would go to health and safety if necessary, and we would engage in conversation about how best to support you in terms of your health and safety and how best to support your students in terms of progressive discipline. I hope this video helps, and always reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.